Hi, welcome to another installment of Naked Gardening with Lenny Lou and Pop, where we try to tell you the naked truth about gardening. And my last episode, we had closing up the hoop house and solarizing it for the summer to get ready for fall planting. And like with most everything else, I'm late. It's first week of October, and I should have had it planted about 2 weeks ago, but it's okay. It'll still grow. And we won't, we're gonna plant collards and kale, two real good things that grow well for us. Instead of planting a whole bunch of different things, we're just gonna pretty much stick with those two until it's time to plow them under and put in snap beans. But right now, let me turn this around. I'll show you what the hoop house looked like. We just opened it up, and see there's no grass up underneath the plastic here. Everything's burned up. I don't know. These holes in the plastic, I guess the heat has just deteriorated the plastic bad this year. But remember, I put all that chicken litter in there, and it built up a tremendous amount of heat in here and deteriorated my plastic. I probably won't get to use most of it. I'll use some of it again next year. But the only grass I have is a little bit right around the edges, and that's on top of the plastic where I covered up the plastic with the dirt around the edges. My next chore is to pull all this plastic out and then till it up and get ready to plant. So let's get on with that. This is amazing, this 6 mil plastic. I'm trying to pick it up. It's gotten so brittle it just falls apart. I can't even pick it up in one piece. Every time I touch it, it just falls apart. It just crumbles to nothing. It's gonna make it a pain in the neck cleaning up this floor, because I got to get all this plastic out of here, and it's just crumbling to nothing. And but it did its job. There's nothing green underneath here. It's all dead. And now I just got to get the plastic up and then till it. You can see I'm having to rake up the plastic. This is a pain. It all just came apart. Some of it I could get up in bigger pieces, but a lot of it just broke up in little bitty pieces, and I got to rake it and put it in a wheelbarrow and put it on the pile. It set me back a few hours, but I'll still get it tilled tonight anyways. Well, I finally got all the plastic up off the ground, and I did get it tilled today, as you can see. I'm about out of daylight, and I wanted to get it planted, but I didn't get it planted. But that'll just have to come another day, because you can only do so much in a day, and when you run out of daylight. But it looks pretty good. You can see a little bit of the plastic that's still on the ground, but that won't hurt anything. It'll disintegrate after a while, what I couldn't get up, but I raked most of it up. And I'm gonna plant half of it in collards and half of it in kale, and we'll do that another day. Good afternoon. Well, we got it ready. We have it all tilled. I don't know if you can see that good or not. And now we're getting ready to start planting. Well, the first thing we have to do is I've laid out my water feed line, and that'll kind of give me an idea of where I want to lay out my rows. And I have my push plow over here, and I've got 2 turning plows turned together on it, and that'll enable me to lay out my rows in front of each one of the faucets here, and I'll put drip tape on each one of those. We start pushing off our rows, just marking them out. Okay, you can see I got my rows laid out, And you notice my rows are real close together. And that's because we don't have to bring a tiller down through here. We're not going to have a weed problem because it's properly solarized. And we got drip irrigation, so I can put in as much water or as little as I need to. It's in the controlled environment. And I leave a wide path in the middle here to get a wheelbarrow or a garden wagon down through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant kale on this side and collards over here. And look, we got two different types of kale that we're planting. This is an heirloom kale that there's actually a picture of it right there. Grows tall. It's pretty kale. It tastes real good too. And you can save the seeds and replant it. And then this is a Siberian dwarf kale that we have here. And then my pack of collards. And when I get ready, what I do is I'll take my kale, and I've got my push planter over here, and wheelbarrow, and I find the right size. Let's see, probably that's the right size plate to plant them with. Take this plate here out. And I'll put this one in. And then I'll just push down through the rows and plant the kale and the collards. And then I'll have to put the tapes down. Well, we've got everything planted. We've got all our drip tapes down. Starting to water. Hopefully we'll have a good crop this year. And I'll post some more about what it looks like and how it's doing later on. Y'all remember, Naked Gardening with Lenny Lou and Pop will try to tell you the naked truth about gardening. Y'all have a great day. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Naked Gardening with Lenny Lou and Pop. This is the last of the series on planting the hoop house and unsolarizing it. But I'll turn around. We planted a week and a half ago, and I just kind of want to show you where we're at. Right over here on this side we have the kale. And you can see everything's coming up. And as I'm looking, Lenny Lou comes out here and says, Pop, says, what happened to that row? And I'll tell you what happened to that row is I planted these here, and they're all coming up nice. And then I changed over seeds, and I skipped a row. So what I'm going to do today is Lynn wanted to set out some onion sets, so I'm going to put onion sets down that row right there. And a few plants, some cabbages and stuff just for fun to see how they do. But there's the kale coming up. And over here we got the collards coming up. And that's Georgia collards that I planted. And it's been about a week and a half. And even the row over here where I'd run out of tape, but I'd still planted it. And it started to come up too, so I'm going to find some more tape and put on there. But other than that, it looks like if everything continues to go well and the Lord blesses it, then we will have more than what we can eat and give away probably. Maybe we'll take some down to the farmer's market. Anyways, y'all have a blessed day. You can see we got a pretty good stand. There's Lenny Lou over there thinning the collards a little bit. And this that was supposed to be curly kale, well, you just got to watch where you get your seeds, and because when they're seeds I can't tell, but it turned out we have mustards. So we have heirloom kale, and then some cabbages and onions and stuff in that streak, and then we have mustard over here, which I like mustard pretty good. And I don't know what happened to this spot right here that doesn't seem to be growing well, but the rest of it is. And then these are our collards over here. Thank y'all for watching my video. Y'all have a good day. So those greens that Lenny Lou was thinning out today, we've been blanching and putting up. Kind of makes a mess in the kitchen. But there's some collards put up, some quarts of collards put up. And those are mustards there, and mustards in blanching. And of course I've been washing, and that's why the floor looks like that, because I'm a kind of a messy washer. But anyways, we're gonna put them up and we'll have them frozen for all winter long.